Alrighty, welcome back. John here from Freedomkit.ai. In this video, I want to show you how to set up a primary domain inside of Freedomkit. So what do I mean by a primary domain? It is the www.thething.com. Now, this is not a subdomain, which would be maybe courses.yourdomain.com. So primary domain is when you want to move the main business over to Freedomkit. This is great if you just bought the domain and you're bringing it in. Primary domain, bring it on over. You can do everything you want inside of Freedomkit. When would you not want to do primary domains? If you already have an existing live website, maybe a WordPress blog or a Shopify store that you don't want to lose, you don't want to have any interruptions to, in that case, I would not recommend moving your primary domain because that might mean that your main site would go down. That's why subdomains exist. If you don't understand the difference between those, there should be a video somewhere around this one earlier on as we're talking our discussion around domains. You can check that out. But in this case, I'm going to assume there is nothing at the website, the domain that I have. I'm going to move the primary domain over to Freedomkit, and I'll show you how to do that right now. Step one, I would recommend you be logged in to your Cloudflare account. Now, you should have already set up Cloudflare to be your domain registrar, or if not your registrar, at least have your domains working through Cloudflare's magic. All right, so go ahead and get logged into Cloudflare, and then you can go to find your website. In this case, we're going to work on the domain launchyyouronlineshop.com. All right, we have that set up and we can see that Cloudflare is protecting our site. All right, so now everything else should be done inside Freedomkit. It should be very easy. Let's show you how to do it. So logged into Freedomkit, I'm going to head over to settings. Now inside settings, I'm going to look for domains. And inside domains, I've got none added here to this account, so I'll go ahead and add a domain. Now you simply need to type your website, your domain over here. In this case, I don't like making typos, so I'm going to copy my domain. I'm going to come back over, paste it in. Now, a little toggle switch happened here. It says, I also want to add www.launchyyouronlineshop.com. If you're not an advanced user, go ahead and leave that on. If you are an advanced user and you know what you're doing, you can make your own decisions. But in general, people still put www in front of domain, so it's a good thing to make sure that they both pull up properly. All right, now if you do not have Cloudflare, if you do not log into Cloudflare and you have your website there, then you might need to add your records manually, and you can follow the setup video to add your records in manually. But I asked you to put Cloudflare on because it makes things so much easier. Let me show you how easy it makes them. I'm simply going to click on continue. Now it's doing a little bit of polling. It's looking out into the interwebs. It's realizing that you're using Cloudflare, and it's just going to do it for you. It says, hey, I'm going to do this for you. No worries at all. So let's go ahead and authorize that domain. Click on that blue button, and it will say authorize DNS records, and I'll say authorize. And now it's off to the races. It will just take a few seconds to be done. I'll go ahead and pause the video and come right back when it's ready. Okay, so it says, yay, domain launchyyouronlineshop.com was added successfully. Now it's going to ask you some questions. What do you want to do with the domain? Because right now it's pointing to Freedomkit, but Freedomkit can do a lot of things. So what do you want to do with this new website? What I'll do is I'll click on the drop down. It's going to ask me which website or which funnel do I want to associate with, meaning if I go to launchyyouronlineshop.com, which funnel or which website do I want to send them to? In this case, I'll send them to my Printify funnel, and it'll ask you, where does the route, like if I'm just typing in launchyyouronlineshop.com and nothing else, where does that go? In this case, it'll put my steps in order, and I'll say, take me to the first step, which is the sales page. All right. And you could be done right there, but just to show you, we have additional options. If they mistype, if they say launchyyouronlineshop.com / blah, 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 and gobbledygook after the slash, that is a website that doesn't exist, then you can decide where to take them, like a 404 page, one of those, oh, sorry, what you're looking for something that doesn't exist type of page. Or what I like to do, just send them to the sales page. Send them to the main page. That way, if they mistype, it'll not take them to a broken page. It'll take them to a very valuable page. And we'll say link domain. It will do its thing. And now it should be linked. So to double check that, we're just going to right click, copy it, and let's go see what it does. Paste and go. And so now when I go to the website, you can see it already has the lock, which means it's secure. and it has the Printify template pulled up, and it's ready to go. Congratulations, you have just set up your first primary domain inside of Freedomkit.